Healthy socialites, hello there, welcome back guys. One thing before we start, if you ever want to visit Sydney, Australia, I suggest you come in the autumn time. It's absolutely stunning. Look at it, blue skies, the weather's nice and warm, it's not too hot, summer's way too hot. Okay, now let's get down to business everybody. We're not here to talk about the weather, we're here to work out, aren't we? We're here to do a cocktail workout, which is exactly what we do at Healthy Social, on this Healthy Social channel and at the Healthy Social studio in which I work. Today, we're going to do a signature Negroni workout. This is where it all began, guys. My favourite cocktail is a Negroni, and this is where the whole idea of fitness and cocktails started. So, for a Negroni workout, guys, we are going to do 8 movements. And in those 8 movements, we are going to do 12 reps of each one. If it is a bilateral movement, we do 12 reps total. If it is a unilateral movement, we do 12 reps on each side, and I will show you what to do. Okay, but before we do, guys, we've got to warm up, haven't we? Click one of the links down below and go warm up, give me about 5 minutes or so, and then come right back here and we are ready to start. Go! So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. We're going to do a Negroni workout, signature style. We are going to do 3 rounds. We've got 8 movements and we've got 12 reps of each one. Now guys, let's go! Okay guys, first off here we have alternating step-ups. We're going to do 12 on each leg, which is going to equal 24. So making sure we stay nice and tall on our step-up, guys, using a bench or a chair or something like that. If we can't do step-ups, guys, you can change these into lunges if you so wish. If you don't have anything to step up on, that's absolutely fine. So as I say, making sure we're pushing through the heel, make sure the knees are tracking over the toes, and make sure we keep our body nice and tall for each step. And then next, guys, we're going to go in for a bench dip also. So something off the end of a coffee table or something like that if you're doing this from home. Making sure we stretch all the way down to the ground, trying to squeeze our elbows together behind us. We're going to do a wrong movement here, guys. So we're going to you'll see Wesley kind of bend forwards. That's it. Don't hinge on your shoulders. Try and push yourself down. Keep your chest up nice and proud and tall. That's great. Flipping onto your back, guys. So you can also do this from the floor. If you do have a bench to push up against, you'll just get a bigger range of movement, which is going to be a little bit harder for you. You're going to go for 12 hip thrusts. So pushing your heel into your bench, driving your heels up towards the sky, keeping your shoulders on the ground. At the top of the movement, we should be in a straight line from the knee to the shoulder. Just making sure you get a nice tight squeeze through the hamstrings and through the glutes here, guys. You can also do these as one-legged, 12 on one side and 12 on the other. Again, if you want to make that a little bit harder. Hey, here's the other guy. Okay, guys, next one is skater steps. So we're going to do 24 skater steps, 12 on each side. What you're trying to do is bound from one leg to the other, making sure that there's only ever one leg or one foot on the ground. As you get more savvy with this, guys, you can go higher and longer in your leaping, but the idea is to find the balance on one foot before leaping off onto the next one. So slow this movement down, nice little bound from side to side, find the balance, and then leap back over. 24 in total. Next movement, guys, is super simple. It's your squatting movement. So feet flat, about the width of your shoulders. You're gonna lead with your hips. You're gonna push your hips back. You're gonna drive your knees slightly forwards so that your ankles flex. Trying to push your knees over your toes, hips back. Important to make your chest stay nice and tall. You can add a few jumps in here as well, guys, to make those a little bit harder. That's great, 12 reps. Down onto the ground, guys, then we're going to go into a plank to push-up. So standing in a plank position and then up into a push-up. The idea here, guys, is to make sure that where our elbow is on the ground, we then bring our hand to where the elbow is and then push through the chest. Try not to push through the shoulders, try and really drive through the chest. Also here, another point is to make sure that your hips stay nice and still. Think about a little glass of something on your back, guys, filled with liquid. You don't want to spill any of that liquid. Alrighty. Oh, here's the other guy again. Wonderful. Alright, guys, we're going to go here for like little hip reach extensions. So we're going to start in the crab-like position. We're going to push up through the heels. We're going to push our hips up towards the sky. And we're going to alternate these for 24 reps. So down to the ground, drive up. So really, this is really good, guys, for extension of the hips and also for a bit of shoulder mobility and stability. Just make sure that you're savvy with this position, guys, first. This might be a little bit advanced for some people. So driving your hips, making sure your heels stay on the ground, and a nice twist over and reach with the opposite arm. If this is a little bit too hard for you, Wesley's going to show you a little variation here. We're going to go with just an ankle tap to the opposite knee. So you can see we're still extending the hips, we're nice and tall through the chest, our shoulders are pulled back, but this is just a little bit easier and less stress on the shoulder if you do have tight shoulders or sore shoulders, or you're not too strong through that area. Next one, guys, back to abdominals. We're going to go for a slow flutter. So lying flat on your back, making sure you just raise up your head and shoulders. So don't raise up into your lower back, just your head and shoulders, legs out straight, point your toes, and just flutter your legs up and down, trying to keep them just off the ground. You can see Wesley here is just tapping his heel to the floor, and that's absolutely fine. Nice and slow for 24. Making sure your lower back stays on the ground. Just really tighten your hips, squeeze your tummy nice and tight. Make sure everything is engaged here, guys, feeling it through the front of the body more than in the back. Oh, we're both back together. Okay, guys, we're going to go side plank, knee to elbow. So Wesley on the left is going to do a more advanced version than Wesley on the right. So in a side plank position, guys, we're going to reach over our head, and then we're going to bring our elbow down as we bring our knee up to meet it. The easier version, guys, is to have your bottom leg bent so that you're resting on the knee joint. And exactly the same thing, so stretching out and then bringing our knee to our elbow. Try and bring your knee to your elbow here, guys, working through the hip movement. Try and meet them somewhere in the middle. We're going to flip over and show you from the side so that show what it looks like. So again, up into that high plank position, arms over the head, and then tuck knee to elbow. The best way to do this, guys, is the regress version, as in on the right. Just make sure that you do get the balance and the movement right first, and then progress to the more advanced version on the left. Don't worry if you have to do the movement on the right. It's absolutely fine to do a movement easier to perfect it first. And there we have it, guys.